Very, very few. Very few.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, well, let's take some phone calls here as well. Let's go to Debbie's call first from Alberta. Hi, Debbie.
Hi. Yeah, I had a question for the doctor.
Sure.
I was wondering if he was familiar with a condition called interstitial cystitis.
Yes.
Bladder,
yes.
like an irritated bladder.
Yes.
Which causes frequent or urgent urination. And I was wondering, like, I'm on a low-acid diet, and that helps for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And I know you can't diagnose and treat something over the phone that quickly, but is there any kind of supplements and stuff that are, maybe can coat the bladder or soothe the bladder?
Yes, we do have many products that we can use for that condition itself. Going back to what we're saying when you mentioned that you are on a low-acid diet, you are doing a lot of the right things because it is your pH within your body chemistry that is out of balance. So we have to balance your body pH to make sure that all of these areas that as the food passes through your system are in their proper range. So what we do is we actually have people monitoring their saliva pH. We have them monitoring their waste material, the urine, to see how well are you choosing the food that you are putting into your system and how well is it processing as it passes through the system.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So pH is everything. And is there a burning sensation?
No burning, just frequency, and sometimes if I have had something acidic, it can be painful and uncomfortable.
Yes, and again, most often, if you were to monitor your own pH, you'll probably find that the pH may be very on the high alkaline side. You will only burn because of alkalinity. You'll never burn because of acidity.
Okay.
The waste material, all the waste material must be very, very acidic.
Mm-hmm. And just quickly, too, one thing that I had been taking, I didn't notice very much change, was a slippery elm tea. I was told that can kind of soothe the bladder. Do you agree with that, or do you not?
It can. The key here is, though, if your body chemistry is not fully in balance, you may not be able to properly use that herb either. Okay. So pH is very, very, very important.
Okay. Well,
okay. Thanks for the call, Debbie. How do we balance our pH then? I mean, again, we can be high or low, I guess, on that scale. I suppose a lot of that depends on the food that we're eating, right? How do you find that out? How do you balance it?
Matter of fact, Paul, the biggest problem is to try and get the pH into the proper readings. As you choose the foods that you put into your system based, and we do use, by the way, the blood type. If the person knows what their blood type is, if they choose according to their blood types only the highly beneficial, that's one of the better ways of getting your pHs back on track. We also use various supplements to change your pH. Most people do not have enough hydrochloric acid in the stomach to process the food as it passes through the digestive system.
So basically you're saying that, does everybody basically need to go at some point then go to a naturopath to get this tested, or?
Well, what we're actually, for the first time, what we're offering here is if anybody wants to monitor their pHs, we're going to send out a kit to people if they want to do that, showing them what the numbers should be, what times they should take these numbers, and they can monitor to see if their saliva pH is 7.1 to 7.5, good. The urine and the feces should be very, very acidic. If those numbers are right, they're doing well, but if they're off, then we know there's something happening within the system.
So they can test it themselves with this kit?
That's right. We actually have everybody testing their pHs. This is their method of trying to see if they're choosing the right things or not.
Okay,
if they take the wrong food into their system, they don't process it, those numbers will change.
Okay, so the number on the screen is the number to call after the program, I guess. But
yes.
Okay, all right, fascinating. All right, let's go. By the way, my blood type is red, so that may help in the analysis somewhat. Robert, you're next. Hi, Robert.
Hi, Paul. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well.
In Ontario, in my part of Ontario, we have an organization called Life Assessment Systems, which checks you out for possible problems in the future on 10 or 12 different organs in the body.
Now, who does that? The doctor, or?
It is a specialist from this, and a specialist who does this.
Okay, a specialist doctor. You're saying covered by Medicare, or?
It's not covered by. We have to pay it out of our own pocket.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But what happens is that it is again a computer-monitored test.
Oh, really? Okay.
And then he gives us mild herbal remedies, which in the process of the testing, he's proved to be the ones which are needed for the particular specific problem, and then reassessment after a period of time, and you can see that your body has reacted correctly to these herbal treatments.
Okay, so you've had some good success with it?
We've had good success with this. I mean, I can't say specifically because I don't know what organs were and what not right. I know what organs were said to be not right beforehand, and what that would be organs are better now. But I can't say specifically. I have felt specifically better about it.
Okay. Well, thanks for that, Robert. I mean, it's again, it's unfortunate we have to pay it out of our own pocket, but I guess you have to look at it as a bit of an investment, don't you, Robert?
You know, in everything we pay our mortgages, we pay our car payments, you know, we do all of those, but we don't do anything for ourselves. So, yes, we must take care and spend, you know, for our own physical needs, whatever they may be, you know, balancing the system to make sure things are processing through it properly. You know, I'm looking at a chart in my office here where what we call the initial health scan. What we want to do is we want to fix this, what Dr. Brimhall calls a 10-step protocol. We must fix these main 10 issues before you can fix anything that could be going on within the system. Are you there?
Yeah, and again, I think the sooner you can get your kids started on this sort of thing as well, you may avoid a lot of expenses and health problems down the road as well. So, yeah, did you get children coming to see you as well?
Oh, a lot of children.
A lot of children, okay.
A lot of children, yes. And again, we're using the different techniques like clinical kinesiology. We're basically asking the system to tell us what their needs are instead of me sitting here thinking, oh, dear Lord, what am I going to have to do for this person? Using clinical kinesiology is how we test the herbs against the body to see how the body responds to these herbs.
Okay. So it's kind of an on-site testing rather than just taking a prescription drug and not wondering or not knowing how it's going to, you know, mix with your own body.
Exactly. We're actually testing the products here, and basically what we're saying here, Paul, is that everybody has a specific recipe to what their needs are to bring the main 10 issues back into balance. When I put all of these products into a little container, if this recipe is right for you, we have a definite good response within the system. But if there's a herb that should not be in this container, the system goes weak, and that would not be right. That's not the right recipe.
Yeah, rather than having just a cookie-cutter approach, you know, one solution for everybody, yeah.
That's right.
Okay.
The same thing with the medication, Paul. There isn't one magic bullet supplement that you can take that's going to fix everything. It's the same as if your wife was to make a cake or to build a cake for you tonight, she has to have certain ingredients in there for this cake to turn out. It's the same thing we're saying. We have to balance the body chemistry to make sure that what goes into the system will properly turn out the way it should.
All right, thanks. Let's go to another call from Alberta. Alice is on the line. Hi.
Hello. My husband has heart arrhythmia, and he's had it shocked back in twice, but it's not staying in, and they have him on a lot of blood thinners.
Okay. You know, if we go back to doing the method that we're using to test people, the hypothalamus, the pituitary, and the pineal gland are the main glands that governs and controls all 12 or 10 to 12 systems of your body. That means that the hypothalamus is responsible for the heart rate, how it functions. So we're saying we go back to the control center, which is the hypothalamus, pituitary, and pineal gland, feed those first so that it can get the heart to function the way it should.
Is there a way of getting it back into rhythm then without, this blood thinner is a killer?
Well, we have different products whereby we've had a man come here to us that his heart was so irregular, nobody could fix his heart rate. We were able to do that because we found out that he was sensitive to what we call electromagnetic frequency sensitivity. In other words, the fluorescent lights and the computer screens that we work with, the cars that we drive, the planes that we fly in, there's very high negative energy that will interfere with the natural processes within the body. This EMS sensitivity is probably wiping out more people than anything else. We gave him 2 products. Within a very short period of time, his heart was right back to normal rhythm.
So the number, the 230, we could call you later and make an appointment? Or?
You could. Yes, you can.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, thanks for that, Alice. Yeah, that's fascinating. I mean, you know, I guess I've never really thought about that too much. You're saying that some of the, you know, like the, whatever it is, you know, if it's TV waves, radio waves, or, you know, electromagnetic frequencies coming out from different appliances, etc., can actually, I mean, throw off our natural, you know, electricity that goes through our body.
Exactly. I have a piece of paper here, Paul, where it says here that this electronic smog can block the brain's electromagnetic signals of cells, thereby undermining the body's disease-fighting ability, and also has the ability to promote tumors.
Really? I mean, do you have some studies to back that up at all? Or?
I've got a paper given to me, and I'm reading it right from a paper now, April 24th, 1991, where they say that there is I'm getting a bit of a feedback on your phone.
Okay, we'll see if we can adjust that. Well, that is absolutely fascinating because, I mean, again, I mean, you know, a prescription is not going to fix that. If the root problem is, you know, you're super sensitive to some of these things, whether it's from a fluorescent light bulb, like you say, or, you know, or your microwave, you know.
Exactly.
Okay.
Things such as the alarm clock beside the headboard of the bed, okay, can also be interfering with this. So a person may not sleep as well, and they don't know why. I'm still getting a bit of a feedback.
Okay, and we'll keep getting our guys to work on that there for you. By the way, again, Robert Kish does have some monthly articles regularly in City Light News. It's a publication you can find online as well at calgarychristian.com. So calgarychristian.com, and of course here in Southern Alberta, you see these City Light newspapers all over the place. So, okay, let's go to another phone call here. This one to Manitoba. We'll talk to Marge. Hi, Marge.
Hi. My question is, there's actually 4 of us in our house, and we tend to be gluten and dairy intolerant, and sugar and a lot of the fruits even intolerant. Just can't tolerate them. They make us sick. They actually cause depression, other things. Is that something that we shouldn't, as people, be eating? I was reading the Maker's Diet and, you know, looking at what we were supposed to eat initially. It would be nice to be able to eat a bit more variety. I guess I'd like to.
Yeah, maybe I should mention something here. We have the ability to actually desensitize people to anything that they may be sensitive to.
You're saying you can you can desensitize somebody, like say they have an allergy or something like that. You can actually change their body so they don't react to it, really?
We can actually desensitize people to any supplement or any product that they may be sensitive to. We have desensitized many people. Paul, there's another part of this is that you could actually be sensitive to your own saliva. You could be sensitive to your own blood. We have desensitized to both.
How do you do that?
Well, it's a process that we use, percussives and adjusters. We reprogram the body so that the body not recognize this as an invader, an intruder, or something that will cause this person to allergic reactions. We have desensitized many people.
How long does it take?
Usually it'll take about an hour to do so, but we will always do it when the body is ready to do it. Just because you have a sensitivity to something does not necessarily mean that I can desensitize you today. I may have to balance your body chemistry a month from now, 2 months from now, say, oh, would you now desensitize me? We always ask the system, when can we do these procedures?
Okay.
Give you one example. I had a little lady come in here from Edmonton. Her heart rate was 89 beats a minute in laying down position. She stood up. She was 102. We found that she was sensitive to rice. She was sensitive to yogurt. We took her off those 2 products. That was on August the 3rd, 2004. By September the 7th, her heart rate was down to 66 and 67 beats a minute.
That's something. Okay. And as far as the desensitizing, again, I mean, is that a certain medication or a product or an herb or what?
No, if you are sensitive to a product, we actually give you the product as a whole to reprogram the body so that it will not react to that substance.
Well, how do you reprogram it? I don't understand that.
We use what we call like a little activator, okay? And we reprogram by going through the various meridians of the body. Okay, we go right from the wrist all the way around the body, reprogram that.
Like with electromagnetic waves or something, or what?
Actually, so what we call it's something like a little clicker type of instrument. Just we touch the various acupuncture points on the body. Okay. And this will reprogram the body so that that person should not be sensitive to it. Give you an example. A little boy bit by a mosquito in northern Alberta. His arm had swollen up to the point that the father thought he had broken the arm. Went to the doctors. The hospital found it wasn't broken. I told him when he came here, I said, I want you to bring me a mosquito from northern Alberta, where your father and mother have a cottage. Bring it to me. We'll use that mosquito. We will desensitize you to that. The next time he went up, there was only just a small welt when he was
kidding. Okay.